Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before we get into the video, I have been experimenting with some new taglines for this channel, and what I have so far is where we embark on a journey towards true wealth. And the reason I kind of want to change up this tagline is, one, because I believe it's a journey for both of us. I'm learning as I'm teaching or as I'm filming. And also because I wanted to emphasize, the true wealth. To me, wealth is more than just dollar signs. Being rich is about having balance in your physical, emotional, and spiritual lives and enhancing those. And to me, personal finances and having control of your personal finances is a way to enhance those three areas, alleviate stress, and make it so that we can live better lives. And so that is really my goal when I started this YouTube channel and what I hope to carry forward. For today's video, we'll be discussing something I like to call reverse budgeting.
Perfect.
So reverse budgeting takes traditional budgeting and turns it on its head. Instead of waiting till the end of the month or an end of a certain time period to save, you're saving right up front, right at the beginning. And there's kind of four basic areas that I want to go over with reverse budgeting. So the first part of reverse budgeting is to prepare yourself. And one way to prepare yourself is just get started. So take $5 today, move it from your checking account to your savings account. And there you go, you've already started on your reverse budgeting journey. Once you've taken that simple action, then the next thing to do is gain awareness of your personal financial situation. It's hard to make goals and project into the future if we have no idea what the present is like. And so a great way to do this is go to your bank statement or your credit card statement, whatever you do your monthly spending on, and look back over the past 1 to 3 months and try and recognize patterns. How much am I spending on food? How much am I spending on travel a month? Once you recognize those patterns and get awareness of what your personal financial situation is, it will be easier to make adjustments to fit into the reverse budgeting. But until we know where we're at, we can't really make those judgments effectively. And so that is the first part of reverse budgeting. All right, the second part of reverse budgeting is changing your thinking and your mindset. So a lot of times in the past when I've discussed budgeting with people, I see a glazed over look come into their eyes. They lose focus. They think, man, this guy's gonna make me track every penny. He's gonna tell me to cut out all the fast food that I eat and I like eating with my friends, or he's gonna make me take all the fun out of my life. And that is not the case at all, especially with reverse budgeting. And so a mindset that I've noticed in myself and in others is that it's easy to pay bills when you feel the pressure to pay them. And so, for example, I pay my rent every month and hardly give a second thought to it. I pay my utility bill every month and hardly give a second thought to it. I pay my phone bill every month and hardly give a second thought to it. So what if we changed our mindset where savings is a bill? It's a bill that we pay every month, but it's the best kind of bill because it gives back to ourselves. You pay your electricity every month, and what do you get out of that? Just another month of electricity, and it's a never-ending cycle. But with savings, we're buying our freedom, we're buying security, we're buying, living a life free from debt. And so it's the best kind of bill that we pay. And once we make that shift in our mind, I think it's easier to every month be setting aside money. Oh, I paid my budgeting bill for the month. And this allows for the rest of the month to not be so heavily monitored, to where you don't have to count every expense. You don't have to track every time you swipe your card in a spreadsheet because you already paid your budgeting bill for the month. That is the end of the second step. All right, the third part is to automate the process. So you've taken $5, you've saved it, you took a look at your behavior and became aware of your present financial situation. You've changed your mindset to where now savings is just a monthly bill that you pay. And now we're going to automate the process to make it even easier and simpler. An example from my own life. So earlier this year, I had been dating this girl pretty seriously. I was really in love and decided that she was the one for me, and I wanted to propose to her. But to propose, I felt like I needed a nice ring. You know, we wanted a nice engagement ring. Diamond rings aren't cheap, and so I decided I wanted to do it without going into debt. I wanted to finance this ring through my own savings. And so I was working and donating plasma and going to school. And so it was by no means easy, but I was motivated by my love for my now fiance. So I evaluated my life. I looked at what I had. I started off, I saved, $50 from donating plasma. I decided that if I made a few adjustments, I could save $500 a month for this ring. It wasn't easy at first. I had to cut back on the amount of fast food that I was having. I had to cut back on a few things that I enjoyed, but to me, it was worth it for my goal. And so that's an important thing, is to have a purpose to your savings. So month after month, I was saving this $500. It was coming out automatically 3 days after I got paid. I wasn't thinking about it all that often. It was just happening, and my savings was building. And in the end, I was able to buy the ring of my fiance's dreams and do it without going into debt. And that was a huge relief for me, and the power of reverse budgeting manifested in my life. Now, I want to have a disclaimer here. Budgeting at first and reverse budgeting can be uncomfortable. It's not all daisies and roses at first, because cutting back in your lifestyle is not something that's comfortable, and I've experienced that discomfort. But in the end, when I was able to buy that ring debt-free, it was totally worth all the initial discomfort. When you can live a life feeling safe because you have a cash cushion, or you're able to realize those dreams that you never thought possible, you take that trip to Europe you've always been planning, buy that nice house that you've always wanted, that's when the reverse budgeting is all worth it. And so I would encourage you to continue down this path. All right, the fourth and final part of this video today is just to adjust with time. So you've saved your $5, you've taken that small action, you analyzed your present situation, you made a change of mindset, you automated the process, and now we're just going to adjust with time. So initially this process can be a little uncomfortable, but pretty soon it will start to just become a normal part of your life. And so I would suggest that once a year, you're going over your plan, you're adjusting how much you save. If you got a raise, maybe saving a little bit more. If you have a more aggressive goal of getting into your first home in the next 5 years, maybe you are more aggressive with your savings. But just make those adjustments as needed, and you're the best judge of what you need in your life. As you're making those adjustments, I think it's important to flag problem areas where maybe you spend more freely or more than you feel like you should. So maybe you have a problem with shopping for expensive clothes, that you buy all these clothes and you don't wear them, and they clutter up your closet, and you feel, not because I'm telling you, but you feel like that's a problem. Or maybe you spend a lot at expensive restaurants and you're not finding, joy and fulfillment from that. For me, I know I need to be careful about the technology that I buy, because I like nice technology that works well together. And there's nothing wrong with that, I just need to be careful that I'm not overspending on it and compromising my other goals. But other than that area for me, everything else kind of just flows automatically. And I don't have to think about it because I'm doing this reverse budgeting. I don't have to track every dollar that I spend because I know I'm saving the amount that I can towards my goals. All right, that brings us to the end of the video. Thank you so much for sticking around. Go ahead and check out one of my other videos, especially my video on the 6 principles of budgeting. If you found value in this video, please like and subscribe as I'll be putting out more content, and leave your comments below. Thank you.